Yeah, I thought last week was an emotional week for us. I mean, we've been banged up and playing with a pretty tight roster, and different players were having to learn different positions and things like that. I feel like we're on an upward trend to be able to peak at the right time. I thought, I think our ladies at this time, I always think the January, February months are the dog days of college basketball, and these are the times where you see a lot of upsets typically on both the men's and the women's side. We were able to avoid those, and I think one thing about our team was that we really don't take any days off. I mean, we have a bunch of ladies who are learning to work with each other, and I think there's some highs and lows in that. But I really thought that this week, we had Autummn kind of carry us through this week from an offensive production standpoint, and everyone kind of fill in the gaps. So being able to come back and being able to be in those types of games where you do have to really focus on defensive stops and those kinds of things, I thought we showed some maturity that way, and I think that those games are something that we can build on as a team and to get better, because there are some things that we need to get better at and more consistent at. And this week is a great opportunity for us because St. Martin's just played the second place team in our league to 2 points, and SPU has been a team that's been in and out of the top 25 all year. So we're excited about that. I think it's a special night on Thursday. My family's been affected by breast cancer. I know that my mom, my grandma, my great-grandma, a couple of my aunts have all had breast cancer, and so my sister's been dealing with some things. She's had to come out west to get checked out, and so this is an important night, I think, to show support, and to be able to link that with women's basketball is pretty special.
Coach, for you, last year around this time, you had that loss to Simon Fraser and then propelled you on that deep run. Do you feel the team needs a loss like that to kind of get you guys going again and go on that deep run?
Yes and no. I think it's tough. I say yes because a loss puts everything into perspective, and it's the easiest to learn from. Learning from a win is really hard because it's a little bit harder to be honest with yourself. It's a little bit harder, and especially when you're 18 to 22 years old. It just things. Perspective just changes, I guess. And so, what I tell the girls is to try to stay in the moment and to enjoy the ride, and that my perspective is that I'm not on that ride. I can't be. I'm the guy that presses the green button and the red button, and every 4 times that thing goes around, I let the girls off and I let new girls on. And I got to make sure that it's safe and that it goes right and that they play by my rules. I think for our ladies, we had a really good team meeting. I thought yesterday we got a lot of things out, and I think that we'll be able to see in today's practice of how hard we can compete, because we believe that we have the best position at the starting position, and then the backups, so that they see more talent or players that are going to compete a lot harder than what they're going to see in the game. And so if we can kind of wrap our heads around that and compete and practice and still love each other off the floor, I think we can continue to have a special season.
Coach, where are the areas that you think that your team needs to improve?
Just defensive consistency, and then being able to execute a little bit better than we have in transition. We're turning teams over, we're getting steals, we're doing the things that I think lend to each other's strengths, and I think I think the ladies believe in the system. I think they trust the coaching staff, and it's just kind of putting those things together. And to be honest with you, we've come further faster than what I would have thought. I would have never guessed that we would be 22 or 23-1 or whatever we are right now at this point in the season with this many new faces. We've been very blessed to have such a talented recruiting class and a group of returners that were able to work really hard and to kind of establish what kind of culture that we were looking at. And I mean, if we can continue to do those things, I think we'll have a special year.
This weekend, final home games for your team. What do you want this group of seniors to be known for?
Loving each other and loving UAA, and that they played as hard as they could every single possession. I think when those things happen, the wins happen, and you enjoy your experience. But regardless if they like Alaska or not, or if it's too cold here, or it's too snowy or whatever, that they enjoyed their time here. They loved their teammates, and this is a place they can look back on and remember for the rest of their life.
You have a couple of players today who make the all-academic list, or at least honorable mentions. What do you think it says about a program that develops players and are fantastic on the court and also in the books?
I think a couple of things. Our academic kids, all academic kids, have shown a lot of maturity. It's really hard to study, and when you're going to Hawaii and you're going to these faraway places and having to set aside free time to study. I think that our ladies have done a really good job of that, and I think on the other side of the coin on academics is I really believe UAA is a place where a student athlete can change their destiny, and regardless if they've been academic before, we have a lot of first generation college students that have been given an opportunity to play a game they love and use that to bridge academics to get the job that they want. And they learn how to compete for us, and I think that when you get out in the real world, you've got to be a killer competitor, and I think that's what we're helping them become.
Okay. So Autummn, first off, congratulations.
Thank you.
What was it, fourth time this season?
Yes, sir.
What makes your game so special this year?
Well, my teammates believe in me, and they think I can produce, which I'm glad they do, and they give me the ball. And Coach Frum plays for me, so I try to make things happen.
Was one of the selling points when Coach and everyone tried to recruit you here was like, okay, hey, you're gonna get you're gonna be on the floor 80%, 90% of the time, ball be in your hands with the game on the line. Was that one of the selling points?
Actually, no, he was 100% honest. He said I'll have to work for everything that I'm doing now. It wasn't gonna come easy to me,
But I guess it kind of has come easy, right?
Well, yeah, it has. We put a lot of work into it, so.
Well, at some point mid-season, your numbers have picked up a little bit lately. Have you felt a little bit more comfortable as you've gotten later into the season on the team?
Definitely. I have a lot of confidence in myself, and so does my teammates. And when you have a coaching staff that believes in you, you can, the sky's the limit,
And what Coach said, that it kind of caught him by surprise by how fast this team has matured on the court. Didn't expect to be like 23 or just with the one loss already. Why do you think that you and your teammates have been so successful?
We're just bought into what the coaches teach us and stuff like that. A lot of people were comparing us to last year's team, and I think that we didn't feed into that, and we're just focused on what we're doing now.
Did you kind of feel a chip on your shoulder maybe because of the fact that there was so much of a comparison to what last year's team did?
In a way, yeah, because we're trying to prove people wrong. Like we're kind of better than last year's team and stuff like that.
So as the senior night, I know you're a transfer, but has any type of emotional, roller coaster mind, play out yet? Or I know you're only here less than a year, but
Right.
any type of impact at all come senior night?
No, I actually forgot about it. It came too quick. I was like, I didn't even know. A couple weeks ago, I didn't know it was this close. So.
We ask, as far as playing at home, we ask a lot about the crowd sometimes because, you guys have the biggest crowd here compared to anywhere else. What's it like playing here compared to when you guys go to some of the other places?
It's a blessing, and you see when we go to different places, like 200 people compared to what we get every night. And I'm just grateful to have such a fan base and so many supporters that come here on a consistent basis.
Do you feel the team is catching fire almost at the right time?
Well, last week we had a slow week, but I feel like everything's going to be put in perspective. We had a meeting, everything went great, and I think we're focusing on what we need to focus. We're not trying to look too far ahead. We're just focused on right now.